First and foremost, I want to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, Rakakwadash, Barakatah. This lesson is going to be on how we go off and we make mistakes, in this flesh. Because you can look at King David. He was a righteous man, a just man. It said Yahweh picked him to, be a king after his own heart. And he did everything he was supposed to do, and then he went off. He committed adultery, And then his son, Solomon, he built the temple, and he ended up following after other gods from getting too close with a heathen woman. There's many more. There really is. It's just, we all go off. We make mistakes. That's our human nature in this flesh, is going off. All right, and it just shows even the best of us actually, fail following the commandments, and that's I'm gonna show you why that is. This is Matthew chapter 26, verse 41. Watch and pray that ye enter not into temptation. The spirit indeed is willing, but the flesh is weak. So that's straightforward. All right, the spirit wants to keep all the laws, statutes, and commandments. Wants to follow after Yahweh and wants to be perfect, but the flesh doesn't allow that. That's why you got to have balance with this thing now. Because when we go off, we unwillingly we go off, all right? Because if you're intentionally like, well, I know pork is bad, but I'm gonna eat it anyways because I feel like it. That's you. No, all right. You need to fix yourself if you're doing that, because I'm pretty sure there's a precept in Hebrews that says you won't be forgiven if you do it willingly like that, if you know the truth. So we don't willingly go off. We want to be perfect, but we can't with this flesh, which is why we have to please the flesh and we have to please the spirit. But you also gotta be careful with how much you study, because you study too much, you'll go off. And that's almost happened to me a couple times throughout this life's journey with the truth, and I'm sure other brothers can relate to that. All right. I don't have these precepts written down, so I gotta. I gotta find it. I know what it is, but sometimes when you type in words on this, it doesn't come up 100%. I don't remember. Just bear with me, okay? I'm slocky. Oh, wait, I just saw it. Right here. Proverbs chapter 24, verse 16. For a just man falleth 7 times. We know the number 7 is completion. And riseth up again. But the wicked shall fall into mischief. So when you go off, you're supposed to be shamed. You're supposed to be disappointed in yourself, but at the same time, you're not supposed to be, your head down and just dragging your feet and letting your shoulders, hang low. You're not supposed to do that all the time, man, like all day long. And you're supposed to feel the shame, and you're supposed to be like, all right, I'm going to get better. I'm going to learn from my mistakes, and I'm going to, gird up my loins like a man, like it says, gird up thy loins and get up. You can't finish the marathon to the finish line. Like you trip, you fall. You're not going to be able to finish this race and make it till the end and endure if you don't get up and start running again. All right? So, you just gotta trust Yahweh by Shemel Shai. Everybody goes off in this flesh. You gotta have balance. Yahweh has balance. He's love and hate, war and peace. And he expects you to do the same. This is Proverbs chapter 11, verse 1. A false balance is abomination to the Lord, but a just weight is his delight. So, all of us brothers, we got hobbies. Some brothers like playing video games or watching sports. the truth comes first. All right, that's a common sense thing right now, especially when we're this close to the end. The truth comes before every hobby you got, every food item, every, you know, music. It comes before all of that. All right, but when you're done studying, if you want to, go on Spotify or YouTube and start watching sports clips or listening to music, playing Xbox, whatever, that's fine. But make sure that you're balanced. You got to feed the flesh and the spirit, but mostly the spirit. All right? Because what does it say? I know there's some precepts. It says, well, I don't remember where these precepts are. But it says too much studying. Like too much study makes a man weary. It's lucky. I don't know where they are. Here, I'll look it up. I'll look it up for you, brothers. I know there's a couple precepts that talks about that. Ecclesiastes 12:12. This is one of them. Ecclesiastes chapter 12 verse 12. And further, by these, my son, be admonished, of making many books there is no end, and much study is a weariness of the flesh. So, if you study, everybody has limits. All right, everybody knows how much they can take, and Yahweh isn't going to put more on you than you can handle. So He knows how much you got, but you shouldn't be studying for the whole day and then go to bed, and you keep doing that, you're gonna run out of gas, man. You gotta refuel. You gotta feed the flesh, otherwise that flesh will tear you down, man. I mean, I know we don't want to go off. We want to be perfect in the eyes of the Lord, but He knows that we're gonna go off. It's predestined that we go off in the flesh, man. We like Christians always say, we're under grace, which is true, but we need to still make sure that we're doing it to the best of our ability, because we're in captivity. Like, sometimes it's a Sabbath, brothers gotta work, man. Or brothers gotta, specifically work. Or it's a holy day like the Passover, and the brothers live with somebody and they can't take all the leaving out of their house, or they can't get lamb because they don't have money. We're rehearsing the acts, and we're just trying to follow it to the best of our ability. All right. I'm going to get it with this closing precept. That's not the one I wanted. It's in the New Testament. There isn't a specific. Here, I'll get this one. Matthew chapter 24, verse 13. But he that shall endure until the end, the same shall be saved. So we just got to keep pushing. We got to understand that we will go off and we will make mistakes. But another thing is, don't overthink. Because growing up, you take these tests in the fool system, I call it. And you'd literally the answer would be simple, and you already know the answer, but you're overthinking it, overanalyzing it, and all of a sudden you start going off. You can't do that. All right, you got to trust the Lord, man. Lean not on thine own understanding. Trust the Lord with all thine heart. All right, And another thing it says, really just that's you got to be careful, with how much studying you're doing. And you got to make sure that first of all, you should be feeling shame if you go off. You're supposed to feel shame because you went off. I'm disappointed in myself when I go off. There's times where it's a Sabbath day and I know that, and then all of a sudden I go upstairs to get food and I completely forget and I start cooking something. That's happened like once or twice throughout this whole time I've been in the truth. It's not about how many times it happens, but we're not willingly doing it. It just slips out of your mind. You forget because you're so your mind's somewhere else. You got to focus. Be watch, know what times it is. Look at the news, check the prophecies. You just got to stay on top of it. And I know a lot of brothers have probably made that same mistake, or they bought some, or they forgot that they were fasting and drank some water. Whatever the case may be, we make mistakes. We don't want to, but we know that we don't have a choice, because this flesh is weak. So with that said, I want to say, Call, Hello, Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakak Wadash, Barakatham to all you brothers out there pushing this truth. Sincerity. Double honors to the apostles of his great millstone, who taught us his truth. Keep pushing. Shalom.